Fear and doubt are signs of a strong heart. They push your heart, strike out in new directions. Without them, your zest for life might fade, as would your taste for fear, and believe me, that would really ruin my fun.
Alliteration hour, bonus track. Did you find that? Dedicated listeners, remember I said that. I don't want to be the one to get it across to you. You were just awful. Scraping faces with a blatant statement in front of the wasted plaintiff and an anger bailiff. You freeze and stay stiff. Relief is patience. Serve your sentence and then go apeshit. Don't be nervous. God still knows your purpose. So praise the Most High and don't deny that you might be a fake lie. Influenced by fraudulence and taught the same. You should think about the entirety of your life, day and night. Only then should you hope to make a change. Stay sane and don't become engulfed in video games. Step outside and let the music be the only thing to get you high. Now that's a vibe. Knowing you can live without the guilt of spending your last dime on a dime. And spend your time reminiscing about the moments with the ones you lost. June 26, 2018, I lost one of my dogs. We had her since she could only crawl, stand, and yawn. And I feel like I didn't treat her right, and I know that's wrong. Yelling at her cause she's whining about the sound of the thunder while I'm on the phone. You can say it's okay, but fuck you, I won't forgive myself. Do you see how unhealthy and repelling death can be? You end up endlessly blaming yourself for everything. So clear the smoke, let it go and clear the smoke. If your mind clarification, make it pure again. Slave. 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 Systematic aiding various evils. Systematic aiding various evils. Systematic aiding various evils. Systematic aiding various evils. You have lost your way in the false side fray. You just had to pay. By the hand of Lucifer, you had to offer her a foolish existence to topple nerves. Lame loser. Who's a loser? I'm not. I'm just a party pooper who doesn't fuck with the hookah. Lyricism upgrades are common for alliteration. Great. Save generation slave. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Okay, day 28. 7 survivors were dragged into the lake, and every third hour the ground shakes. Nightmare scenarios like this consume my strength, exhausting my brain, causing mentally unforgiving strain. I think I'm to blame for putting Alice in chains. Egregious barbarity becomes a societal epidemic, so I rage and rave to no limit as I escape the pace of a slave. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Come on! Don't say you know me, Kid Reaper. You might see a 2019 AIR comeback. Even if it was just for one track, it would be a reason for a pickle peppered pun package. This is lyrical Aikido. I slippity diss with a quick flip, so just leave the lyricism to me, bro. For me, a 3-hour freestyle never gets old. All alone or surrounded by clones, ripping through the rhythm with intellectual triplets, and finish the album off by leaving you with an intergalactic snippet. Systematically aiding various evils. Fuck the topic. Slave. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Systematically aiding various evils. Rock with me for a minute, say it with me. Systematically aiding various evils. 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 Propeller penmanship, parallel to the poor presentation of pencil paragraphs, unable to access the agony of aerodynamic alliteration, giving an apathy axe to the boom bat bash. Cold conspirator and I crash the vehicular rap. We snap and pile drive whack cats to the mat. We be the SWAT cats with decadent daredevil delivery. Our lyricism is a dopamine distillery, emitting the epitome of effortless energy. Most of you are frauds, no more than a farce. You better go before I explode and show you my energy. Get it? The locks are broken, the movement never slows. Now we are looking at some of the most beautiful roses, and still you think your cynical symptoms to be suitable instead of the soulless bowl that is your very being as a whole. Get a hold and get a grip of the video, picking the paradise of a lyricist when really I only want you to be what you are. Look at the fight night and some of the fireflies. I'll hit you with 5 knives to end your entire life. So if you beat for the beast to keep the peace, it'll breach the mind of all stable humans. Awaken and be ignited. Scream from the stem of your human pilot. Escape from Satan's island and be the phenomenal rapping anomaly. Unbeatable, undefeated, and open-minded. I've been talking to my shadows again because all I got to offer is tension and a little bit of misery. The tension amongst us must end. Spontaneous fuckery combustion showed me the truth about the ones I used to trust in. Inextricable issues, let the story conclude. Pick 'em up and drop 'em off. Ichabod has come to chop. So stick 'em up and call to God, the Most High, bitter bubbling barrier of faith. I've got too much to say to put the pen away, so ain't nobody gonna take my place. As I rage and rave, we pave the way for the pace of a wave that our enemies can't embrace. And when I go cold, I shake the chains on my cage. The age of life came with pain and strife. We ignore the negative legacy of those we adore, placing lies and fraudulence on a pedestal. Toxins in the societal construct cause conformist corporations to target and corner confused generations. Fine-tuned palpitations in the rhymer's room of indignation. There's nothing like it when you go lifeless. And when the earthbound demon rises, he fights alongside Ivan. Fly into the ninth climate, find out what I'm combined with. I am ominous and luminous, taking the darkness away from the artist. Don't you ever believe the hype. You gotta see Psych with your own 2 eyes. The fire is what I'm here to revive. Alliteration focus shows the overflow of hip-hop explosion. Unplugged and reloaded. I couldn't believe the bullshit she was posting, so I paid it no attention and rose with a musical ascension. Just wait until I get the industry lock clinched. Reality pinch, grapple winch. I pack a stench of rappers I buried for the purpose of being a prodigal accident. 2 terribly timed toe-curling sidekicks can still make a difference without the added violence of ice picks. The lesson here is keep it simple and hit life in the face like a missile connected to the end of your wrist. Lacerated abrasions due to accelerated combat. I eliminated any imitations. Now I just need to breathe and reanimate my speed. I've had to bleed on my guitar strings as I speak. You are mentally weak. You will never beat my streak. No one can stop the intellectual freak. You can't compete with my peak. A form of force I have yet to reach. With blood pouring from my tonsils and covering my knees. I'd like to take this time to say I'm sorry, Kid Reap. Your resignation papers have been finalized. You just want to be industry and that's what you don't realize. You were far from paying your dues in the group and gave me attitude in response to truth. And all I said was, brother, I love you. But on the Most High, I do not waste time showing the talent of God's light. So I forgive you and the angst that you lived through. One day we will collab in the lab again, and you will let me teach you how to actually make an impact with the pen. But until then, I am gone away. Oh, I am gone away. Oh, I am gone away. Oh, I am gone away. Gone away. I am gone away. Evil lives in the outcome of the prophecy. Psychoneurotic warfare created a psychology. Mental retaliation was responsible for the psych odyssey. Paranoia in what I thought was a city with no God. My guilty pleasure became sobriety and mixtapes on a level above until I was lost. Zenization is not a path you want to walk. So if life is a game, then please turn it off. I wasn't trying to win, I just want to draw. At the height of the grim, put a stop to my cause. I am gone away. 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 Oh, I am gone away. I am gone away. I am gone away. I am gone.
No fucking volume. It's too hot. Fuck her up. Want some real shit. I got you, Mom. Fuck her up. I got you. Want some real shit. Come the fuck outside. Come outside.
Yo! So you mean to tell me you the parent and you the parent and you gonna let them fight? So y'all up there, this is what they looking up to. Y'all two up there letting them fight over social media? You know what? You take your ass back home and you take your ass in the house. It's time for men to step up in these communities now. Go! Go!
Mr. No-Nads with your faux fad, phony fraudulent frat. Groupthink is whack. One mind can't think for billions of bodies and souls. It will inevitably lose control. So you better be ready for the season of cold. I ignored your post, then I float. Fight little obstacles and tantrums. I'm firing at random with abomination anthems. Psychotic linguistics made up an anthology of lyricism. But the inner itches of this night out kept me imprisoned on Satan's island. But I rose up with high stars lost on the path of a psychoneurotic atrocity. The light of my animosity was dim and atrocious. I caused indignation through barbarity and egregious happenings, but I always kick the rabbit habit to get back to the lab again. Fluttering palpitations on the road of zenization. Biracial mixtape did its job so it wasn't wasted. A high-powered perception was the drive behind the prophecy, and so came the sound of movement music. By this point, talking to my shadows was useless. Living in a fallen city of confusion, everyone is omnipotent, so I'm fighting for you humans. Mad corruption was no match for my psychological arsenal. I kicked the inner itches, broke the lock, and exposed the conundrum of every gross rose. My race is undeniably underestimated, so until further notice, Psych's world is closed.